mentors says, it's never as bad as it feels on the inside, and it's never as good as it looks on the outside. And I really love that quote because it's so true. A lot of the time we get really in our own heads as entrepreneurs, trying to achieve success, position ourselves as an expert, put ourselves in the arena and open ourselves up for possible judgment. And it's quite scary. It's quite a scary thing to do, to consistently push yourself out of your comfort zone. And sometimes it can be a bit anxiety inducing, but sometimes you can get hit by comparisonitis. And I saw this in myself recently. I'm in a mastermind with a load of people that are doing a lot more in revenue than me. I'm probably one of the smallest fish in the pond, right? And I was thinking about how, my ego feels like, I want to be the big fish in this pond. But actually, the truth is that I was all of a sudden overcome with an immense amount of gratitude. And the reason being is that if you're in an environment where you are surrounding yourself with people that are doing incredible things, that is something that you should be seriously grateful for, that you have that environment around you. And the reason why I say that is that when I look back at where I was years ago, I was surrounded by people who were taking drugs, not bettering themselves, not developing themselves. And when I first started running a business, I actually knew no one around me who was doing something similar. I had no one I could go to ask for advice. And I didn't know where that group or that pool or that community of people was. And I also don't think I really knew that I needed it. Now, since then, obviously, I've invested in so many programs. I've invested in so many coaches. I've definitely invested probably in excess of £100,000 in my own development as a developing businesswoman. But this pool of people that I'm in right now, in terms of who my peers are, in terms of the success of the people around me, the people that I have on WhatsApp that I chat to, that I connect with on a regular basis, the fact that they are a few steps ahead is a bloody brilliant thing, because it means that there's a lot of room for growth, but it also means I'm surrounding myself with the right people. Now, if we're comparing ourselves to others and we're going, oh my God, I feel like an imposter for being in this room, or we're looking on social media and we're looking at what other people are doing and it's making us feel inferior, it's the first surefire way to keep yourself stuck in the game of playing it small, because it eats away at your self-esteem and prevents you from playing it bigger. So one way to flip this is to be grateful and to have appreciation and gratitude that there are people around you that are shining light on the possibilities of things that you can achieve. Because the truth is there is nothing separating you from anybody else that's achieving huge and amazing things. The only thing separating you is the courage, the tenacity, and the will to go out and do similar things, put on live events, host webinars, put on in-person events. I was thinking about this week. I'm like, why am I not putting on more in-person events? It's easy to hide behind your laptop. And I think we all need to be shining a light on where are we playing small and where can be the next step towards playing a bigger game. And comparing yourself to other people can prevent us from doing that because it makes us want to hide and it makes us feel inferior. But flipping that switch around and going, do you know what? I'm grateful that other people are shining the light on possibilities that I can achieve. And also that I am surrounding myself with high achievers, with people that are doing incredible work and are creating incredible success for themselves and are, also let's go back to that thing that I said at the start. It's never as bad as it feels on the inside, and it's never as good as it looks on the outside. Because every single person that we see is definitely having their own personal struggle somewhere in life. Whether that be to do with their business or their personal life or their relationships or their parenting or their, anywhere, any area of life. It could be money. It could be, we've all got our own personal struggles that we are facing because life is never a smooth upward line for everyone. We learn from the lessons that get thrown at us, and therefore everyone's got their shit occasionally that they're dealing with. But that's the kind of stuff that you don't see. And there is this actually psychologically, it's scientifically proven to be a psychological thing that we do, which is that we look at the people around us and we compare ourselves to other people in order to know where we are. It gives us relativity, which gives us the tangible knowing of where exactly we are in life. And one example to this is that, like, I can look out of the window and I can look at this tree and I can see where this tree is. And what I'm doing without even realizing it is I'm comparing the distance. I'm comparing where I am to where the tree is, and I'm comparing the size, and I'm comparing lots of different things without even knowing I am, so that I know how far away I am from that tree. And we do this if we cross the road and we see cars coming, and we do this if we're trying to achieve something and we see other people around us doing it too. The problem is when we allow that to affect our self-esteem and go, oh my God, I'm not good enough because all these other people are so much further ahead than me. And what we're not seeing is the amount of graft and hard work that they have put in consistently. I heard someone say yesterday, if you're putting your phone away at 5 o'clock, don't expect success. And I think that was, like, if you're turning your phone off at 5, if you're shutting the business down at 5, don't expect that you're going to move forward really fast. And that's obviously her opinion, but it's just an indication into how much work someone has done to get to where they are now. The amount of graft that they've had to put in, and probably the amount of rejection that they've had to face, and the amount of negativity they've had to just bat away in order to stay in their lane and keep on track, to keep moving forwards. So if you are comparing yourself to other people around you, have a look at why or where or how you're doing that. If that's the cause of some insecurity for you, is it the fact that you're mindlessly scrolling Instagram and watching other people? That's a choice. You can choose to stop mindlessly scrolling Instagram. You can choose to stop following people who are making you feel bad about yourself. That is a choice. But also flipping it on its head to be grateful for the fact that there are people around you that are shining that light on the possibilities, but also that you are in an environment where you are able to connect with, rub shoulders with, and talk to other people who are doing the same thing as you and are a few steps ahead.